Now here we are having one more question based on non-homogeneous differential equation, but here the case is nothing but e power ax into a function of v. Function of v is basically depending upon what a function is. So v will be a function of what, x. So e power ax into v. For example, in this question, if you see r is nothing but the r is the side, one function is there. So this part, if you observe that e power ax is there and a function of x is also there. So multiplication of these two, what we can do in order to find out yp, or we can say the particular integral. In order to find CF, it is quite easy. Always remember that non-homogeneous differential equation solution is y is equal to yc plus yp, where yc is nothing but the complementary function and yp is the particular integral. Now y is the solution of this particular question, right? So CF value depends upon only the LHS part, but yp value, which is particular integral, it depends on RHS as well as LHS. So this is very important, right? So PI, in order to find, we have different cases. For that particular cases, how to find PI, that is very important, because CF, in order to find it, is quite easy. It is the same thing, same procedure for all the questions, because it is considered only LHS part. So let us first find CF value, then we'll find out PI, then we'll combine both to get the answer. The important thing here is that in order to find YC is basically to form the auxiliary equation, and it is given by what? In place of D, you have to substitute as M. So directly it is given in the form of D. So you can substitute in place of D M. So it will be M cube plus 1. Inside the bracket, whatever is there, equate it to 0. That's it. So we are not bothered about the RHS side. We are bothered about the LHS part. Now after writing this is a cubic function. That means 3 roots should be there. That 3 roots you have to find out. Now how to find out? There are different ways. You can use the calculator directly if it is allowed. Otherwise, we'll go for the synthetic division. Okay, other methods, if you know, you can try it, that also. Synthetic division, how to proceed? See here. First, rewrite this equation. So the many terms are missing, right? So m cube is there, but what about m square? So 0 m square you can write. In descending powers, I'll write from bigger power to smaller power. So 0 m I can write plus 1 equal to 0. So only m cube and 1 was given, but I added these two in order to write the synthetic division method. So it will be 1, 0, 0, 1, and outside the function, what will be there? See, you have to substitute some sort of values. Always remember, you can start with minus 1 plus 1, then minus 2 plus 2, minus 3 plus 3, so on. First you start with minus 1 and plus 1. You substitute in the equation in place of m. If you are getting right hand side, then that becomes one of the solution, right? So if I take minus 1 and substitute, see here, if I say it minus 1, so minus 1 cube plus 1, how much it you are getting? Minus 1 cube is minus 1 plus 1 is equal to 0. That means you are getting RHS value. So if we are getting RHS value, then that means so minus 1 is one of the solution. So that one of the solution can be substituted here. Minus 1. Then below this one, substitute 0. Always it is 0. Then add these two. 1 plus 0 is 1. Multiply minus 1 and 1. How much you are getting right over here? Minus 1 into 1, minus 1. Add 0 and minus 1. You are getting minus 1. Minus 1 into minus 1. It is plus 1. Add these two. You will be getting 1. Then minus 1 into 1. It is minus 1. Add these two. You will be getting 0. Now at last you should get 0. Then only the answer is satisfied. That means minus 1 is the one of the root. Now minus 1 we got one of the root. What about other two roots? Because m cube means 3 roots should be there. So that's why we did this procedure, right? See here carefully. This coefficient, this and this is very important. We wrote the equation for m cube. Minus 1 power m square will be there. That coefficient will start. So 1m square minus 1m plus 1 equal to 0. Very simple. Using this, we have to write. Subtract 1 power and write the equation. This equation has been formed. For this particular equation, we have to find the answer, right? This equation can be solved and get other two roots. Now to solve this equation, we can go by splitting a middle term, but it is not quite possible. So since you will be getting some complex number, right? So we can go directly for the quadratic formula. Quadratic formula minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, where we have to find ABC. What is ABC here? A value is the coefficient of m square 1, b value minus 1, and c value 1. Substitute here. So minus of minus 1 plus 1 plus or minus square root of b square. minus 1 square is 1, minus 4 into a value is 1, c value is 1, so 1 into 1, divided by 2 into a, so you will be getting 1 plus or minus 1 minus minus 3 divided by 2. So square root of minus 3, it will be 1 plus or minus square root of 3i divided by 2. Why I came? Because I is nothing but what? Iota is minus 1. So square root of minus 1 is iota. That's why I have written I. Right? It is outside the bracket, outside the square root. So this is nothing but two solutions we got. One is plus, one is minus. So two solutions. So what is the complete solution? Okay. So how many solutions we got? Three roots we got. Now we have to form the YC value. So always remember, see this is sitting alone. This is nothing but a complex number. So whatever number is sitting alone, always it comes under which category? Real and distinct roots. Real and distinct means it is a separate and real number where m is some value alpha. So YC value will be equal to C1 e power alpha x. That's it. So here yc value can be written as c1 e power alpha x means minus 1x. Okay, plus now for this complex number I have to write. So whenever you are getting what complex number, there what you have to do. So m is equal to suppose alpha plus or minus I beta you are getting, where beta is nothing but the imaginary part and alpha is the real part. Okay, so the yc value will be equal to e power alpha x into C1 cos beta x plus C2 sin beta x. This you have to remember. So what is alpha and beta in this case? So if you elaborate, if you so extend this part 1 by 2 plus or minus root 3 by 2i. This part is beta, this part is alpha. Simple. Solution will be e power alpha x 1 by 2x, right? So I can write it as x by 2 into C1 cos root 3 by 2x plus C2. No, C1 I have already used, right? So I cannot write C1 again. So I have to use some other thing. So I will use C2. So here also I cannot use C2. I have to use C3. So C3 cos, sin root 3 by 2x. So this is done. So this is YC. Now we have to calculate YP, right? Now in order to form YP, which is also called as particular integral, how to form? Whatever is there on the RHS, copy paste and write it on numerator part, and LHS denominator, it will be LHS we are having inside the bracket d form, that the function of d just copy paste, that will be d cube plus 1, right? This is the first step to proceed. Now always remember the numerator part should be, now a numerator part should be what in ascending order, but what you do, you shift. Now very important step, take e power x outside and change d to d plus 1. Now very important step this is. I have to take only e power x, e power ax. Now here e power ax means e power x only, that I have to take outside. So yp is equal to e power x outside. So inside what is remaining, 5x square divided by d cube plus 1 is remaining. But the thing is that I cannot write d cube plus 1. I have to change the operator also. I have to write it as d plus 1 the whole cube plus 1. No, why d plus 1 I have to change? The thing is that from where I got this e power ax form, where a, so d has to be changed to d plus a, where a we have to check. In the question e power x we got, right? We didn't get e power 2x. If we got e power 2x, you have to change it to d plus 2. If you got e power 3x, you have to change it to d plus 3. It depends upon e power ax. Now in this question it was d e power x. So a is nothing but 1. So that's why it is being changed into d plus 1. Now after this you have to expand. So what will happen? Now e power ax you won't be touching. You have to solve only inside the bracket part. So yp is equal to e power x as it is. Inside the bracket, solve this one. 5x square, expand the brackets, a plus b the whole cube. A plus b the whole cube is a cube plus 3a square b. I hope you remember formula a cube plus 3a square b plus 3ab square plus b cube, right? So d cube plus 3d square plus 3d plus 2, right? Plus, oh sorry, plus 1 also is there, right? Plus 1 plus one more extra one is there, this one, right? This one. Now what is the final thing you're getting? Yp is equal to, so I'll directly write here 1 plus 1 is nothing but 2. Okay. Now important thing, we have already studied how to proceed when you are having here a polynomial, right? How to do that sum. We have to basically divide these two. But before dividing, which form you have to bring? We have to bring it in ascending and descending form, right? I hope you remember. So it will be e power x into 5 power x square is as it is. Always remember numerator part should be in descending order. Denominator part should be in ascending power. Ascending power in the sense first it will be 2, then 3d, then 3d square, then d cube. Right? This part you have to write. Now divide these two. How to divide? Let us see. 2 plus 3d plus 3d square plus d cube, right? Outside, inside 5x square. Now, what is the inside part first element? This first element you have to take. 2 into what will give you 5x square. So that what element is equal to 5x square by 2. That means when I multiply 5 by 2x square with 2, I'll be getting 5x square. This is the first part, it is done, right? Now it is not completely done because this has to be multiplied with this thing, this thing, this thing, all the three terms, because I have already multiplied 2 here, right? 2 multiplied and wrote it here, but I have to multiply with other remaining terms. So it will be 3d into 5 by 2x square. So 5 by 2 is, you can take it outside, and d meaning is what? Differentiation, right? D by dx. So differentiation of x square, it is 2x. 2 to cancel, what is remaining? 15x. So that 15x has to be written over here. Done. Now next I have to multiply 3d square, right? So 3d square has to be multiplied with 5 by 2x square. Now 5 by 2 you take it outside. So 3 into 5 by 2. Now d square basic meaning is that double differentiation. 2 times you have to differentiate. So x square differentiation is 2x. Now x differentiation is 1. So what is left out? 15 is left out. So plus 15. Now we have to subtract. Subtract everything. How much will be getting? This thing is cancelled. Minus 15x minus 15. Now what is the element here? First element, first element. 2 is there. So I have to multiply with 2 with what I should multiply, so that you will be getting minus 15x. So that multiplication factor will be minus 15x divided by 2. So minus 15 by 2 x I have to take. Very simple. So when I multiply it, I will be getting minus 15x. This is the second part of division. But I have to multiply this term, this quotient, with other three terms. So I have to do that part also. Now things that previous thing I didn't multiply with the d cube. Why, you know? Because we had the equation as 5 by 2 x square. We have to do d cube multiplication at triple differentiation, and 3 times you have to differentiate. See, first differentiation it will be 2x, second differentiation it will be 2, third differentiation it will be constant term, it will become 0. So that's why I didn't differentiate that thing. So mostly all the cases it will be 0 itself. Now my d 3d into minus 15 by 2x, right? I have to do. So minus 15 by 2x, you take it outside. So 3 into minus 15 by 2 into differentiation of x is what? 1. So answer will be minus 45 by 2, right? Next, I have to take 3d square into differentiation of minus 15 by 2x. 3D and 3D square almost it is same thing only double differentiation. The differentiation of this thing becomes 0. Anyways, I'll do and explain. So 3 and minus 15 by 2 outside. So what is remaining? X differentiation, first differentiation will be 1. Now this part is there. Here there is no variable. But again I have to differentiate second differentiation because it is a d square. So one more differentiation it will become 0. Constant term differentiation is 0. So that's why plus 0 no need to write. So leave it there. Now d cube no need to worry about because if d square is 0 then of course d cube is 0. So no need to multiply with the d cube and c. Now I have to subtract. This thing is gone. Minus 15 plus 45 by 2, it is 15 by 2. I hope you got it. Plus 15 by 2. Okay. Next. Again, which is the first element? This is the first element. 2 is the first element. So 2 should be multiplied with what to get 15 by 2. So that multiplication factor is 15 by 4. So put it over here, 15 by 4. Right. So here you will be getting 15 by 2 after multiplication. Now I have to multiply with other terms. That means I have to take 3D. 3D into multiplication of 15 by 4. Anyways, this is constant. So differentiation of constant is 0. So rest all terms also will be 0. So no need to write 0 plus 0 and all. So leave it over here. Now what? Subtract directly. So this will be 0. Remainder you are getting 0. You should get remainder as 0. Okay. Always you should get remainder as 0. If you are not getting, then you have done some mistake. That is the thing. Now what is the answer for yp? See, yp always will be what? The quotient. Quotient. The quotient after getting the remainder as 0. This will become yp. Yc already we have calculated, just add them. Always remember, don't make here mistake because e power x was sitting there. Here we got 5 by 2 x square minus 15 by 2x plus 15 by 4. Now if you want you can simplify, take 2 outside. So what it will be there? X is 5x square minus 15x plus 15 by 2. Now if from this also if you want you can take 5 outside. So 5 e power x by 2 into x square minus 3x plus 3 by 2. Now if you want you can take LCM in this inside. So 5 e power x by 2 into, if you take LCM it will be 2x square minus 3x plus 3. Now this 2 is sitting down, right? That you can multiply over here. 5 e power x divided by 4 into 2x square minus 3x plus 3. Now the thing is that it is not, no need to worry about the simplification. You can directly write this as yp. I've just done simple simplification here. If you don't do also it is fine. Your answer will be right. Now this is only yp, right? So y value is equal to yc plus yp, where yc we already calculated, which is c1 e power minus x plus e power x by 2 into c2 cos x root 3 by 2 x plus c3 cos root 3 by 2. So sine root 3 by 2. What about yp? 5 e power x by 4 into 2x square minus 6x plus 3. Oh, here I have done one mistake. It should be 6x. Okay.